Hello everybody, it's Miss Winfield here. I hope you've had a fabulous half term and you are raring and ready to go for the next one. So let's think today then, let's do some maths, okay? And we need to do three things before we can start our maths, three really important things. And the first thing we need to do is to wiggle our listening ears. Can you give them a wiggle? Give them a wiggle, everybody. And the second thing we need to do is to turn on our brains. Ready? Mine's turned on, is yours? And the third thing we need to do is to put our magnet eyes on the screen. 3, 2, 1, we're ready. Okay, so let's rewind, okay? What did we explore in the last week of last half term? So just think of the maths we were doing before we had our holidays. What were we doing? I'll give you a clue. What were we doing? There we go, there's my clue. Were we adding or were we subtracting? Well done if you said we were subtracting, okay? And we were subtracting within 20. So we didn't go any higher than 20. We were subtracting numbers within 20. So let's think about the methods then, because we've explored lots of methods, okay? And one of the ones we've looked at is to count back. So we might have started at the whole and counted back on a number line. That's one of the methods, okay? But I want you to have a look at this problem. What did this person use? Okay, what method did they use to solve this problem? So the problem is 12, subtract 3. What have they done? Look here, look, what have they done? Where did they get to first? So this person subtracted by crossing through 10, okay? So they started, 12 was their whole, okay? And rather than counting back 3 times, they've partitioned the number 3 into 2 other parts, and we might want to call those subparts, okay? So we've got our whole, our part, and our subparts. Now, you can see that the first part they've broken this number into is the number 2. Let me just put that on silent. So sorry, everybody. The first part they've broken the number 3 into is the number 2, because this person knows that in order for her to get to 10, okay, she needs to first of all take away 2. And then she's got to take away some more, okay? And she knows how many more because, well, if we've got 2 and we're trying to make 3, this person knows that she needed 1 more, okay? So this person has represented 12 using 10 and 2 more, and then she has taken away the 3. So she's used the 10 frames here to help her as well, okay? And then once she's broken it down into those 2 subparts, she can do this. She can start at the number 12, take away this subpart, which gets her to 10. But like I was saying, you need to get to the services. So you're going to stop there first. You might get a cup of tea and a sandwich, and then you might move on. Okay, so she subtracted the first subpart to get her to 10, and then she can take away the other subpart, which has led her to the number 9. Okay, so I think what we needed last time we looked at this, and Miss Khan and I figured this out on reflection, is that we needed some steps. We needed some steps to success, okay, because some of you are finding it a little bit tricky, so here they are. So step 1, we need to partition the part into subparts, okay? So we're going to partition the part into subparts. And all that means is we're going to take the part and we're going to break it down further. That's step 1. Step 2, we are going to subtract the first subpart, okay, from the whole. You don't have to be doing the actions along with me, but this is just helping me to learn. So I'll go through them and then I might do them again. And if you want to do the actions, you can. We do use lots of actions in school. And then the third step is to subtract the other subpart. Okay, so step one, we are going to partition the part. We're going to take the part and we're going to partition it into subparts. Step two, we are going to subtract the first subpart from the whole. Okay, and step three, we are going to subtract the other subpart. Now, let's put that into practice and let's see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that and bring it with us. Oh, not that. I'm going to copy that and bring it with us to our Discover. Okay, here it is. So I've got a problem now. My problem is 13 subtract 8. Okay, now I'm not going to start at 13 and count back 8 times, because we know that you can make mistakes doing it that way if you are taking away a bigger number. So I am going to use the method of crossing through 10, okay? So I'm going to look at my step one. I'm going to cover up the other steps because I just need to think about it one step at a time. Step one, partition the part into subparts. Right, okay, well, I know that this is the part, 8 is the part, and I need to break that down into 2 subparts. Okay, so I'm going to break down the number 8. Now, let me have a think. What would my first subpart be? Take a look at the whole. What would we need to take away to get to 10? Remember, the whole point is that we're crossing through 10. We need to get to 10 first. Well, this number 1 stands for 110. Okay, so I wouldn't need to have any 1s. So I'm going to take away those 1s. Okay, and that's going to be my second step. I'm going to take away this subpart. But before we get to that, right, okay, so I've got 8, okay, and I've broken down the number 8 into 3 and some more. Now I need to figure out some more. Well, I'm going to use this number line to help me, and I'm going to start at 3, and I'm going to stop when I get to 8 to figure out how many more I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I've landed on the number 8. That's where I needed to be. And it took me 5 jumps. Okay, so I've been able to do step 1. I've partitioned the part, which is here, into subparts. So I've done step 1. I'm going to give it a tick. Okay, I'm just going to rub that out in case I need to use the number line again. Now then, let's look at step 2. Subtract the first subpart from the whole. Okay, well, I've got 2 subparts here, and this is the first one, and I need to subtract that from the whole. And I'm going to write that here. So I've got 13 is my whole, and I'm taking away my first subpart, which is 3. Now, this is where I can show this on the number line, okay? So I'm going to start at 13, and I'm going to take away 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Fabulous. And that has enabled me to get to 10. Okay, so I started at 13, I subtracted 3, and it's got me to 10. So have I done step 2? Have I subtracted the first subpart from the whole? I think I have, so I'm going to give it a tick. Okay, now then, let's look at step 3. Subtract the other subpart. Okay, well, let me just write my answer in there. I forgot to do that, didn't I? There we go, I got to 10. 13, I subtracted 3, and I got to 10. Now then, I need to subtract the other subpart. So I've subtracted this one already. Now I need to subtract this one. But I'm not going to subtract this one from 13, okay? Because remember, 13 isn't our whole anymore because we've done this part of the question. We're now here, okay? And we're going to carry on from where we left off. So we got to 10. That's where we've crossed through 10. We've stopped at number 10. Okay. And then we need to take away the other subpart. So I'm not going to start right from the beginning. Okay. Because I've already done step 1 and 2. So I can start from here. Now then, 10, take away 5. I'm going to take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I landed on the number 5. Then take away 5 is 5. 10 subtract 5 is 5. So now then, I've done step 3, and this number here reveals our answer. 13 take away 8 equals 5. So I could write that on the end here. Okay, and if I use my 10 frames to help me to check my answer, I'm not going to do this first. You might want to use these at the end. Well, I know there's 13 altogether, and I'm just going to cross out 8, and I'm going to check my answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got rid of the 8, and I can see that I've got 4 and 1 more, which is 5. So I've used the 10 frames to check my answer. So it might look a little bit tricky at first, but it's really not, okay? Not if you follow those 3 steps. Now let's take them with us again and have a go at a different question. Okay, so this is going to be our think together. So I wonder if you could pause the video and perhaps have a little try at this one, or at least have a try at step 1 for me. Maybe we could do it like that, and I could say, right, you're going to do step 1. Now I will do step 1, so that we're thinking together and working it out as a team. So step 1, I would like you to partition the part, this is the part, into subparts, okay? Remember, think about your whole and how many you would need to take away to get that whole to 10. Pause the video now and have a go at that for me. Just that step. Don't do any more, just step 1. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video and had a go at that. So step 1, let's do it together. I need to partition the part into subparts. Remember, the word partition just means to chop up. Okay, so I'm going to chop up the part into subparts. Now, my part is number 9. I've got 15 as my whole, and I'm subtracting 9. 15 subtract 9. Well, my first subpart, I need to think of how many I would need to take away from my whole to get to 10. And if I was to take away that 5 and replace it with a big fat 0, I would have the number 10. So 9 is made up of 5 and some more. Okay, I'm going to put the number 5 in my head. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And I'm going to stop when I get to 9. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I've stopped. How many more did I need to add? 4. Well done. So 5 and 4 more make 9. Okay, so I've done step 1. I can give it a tick. Did you get that? Fabulous. Right then, your turn. I would like you to subtract the first subpart from the whole. Okay, so you can write this down as a number sentence. And can you please subtract the first subpart from the whole? Pause me now, have a go at that for me. Remember, we're crossing through 10. Okay, let's have a go together then. Okay, so I'm going to just read step 2 again. Subtract the first subpart from the whole. Well, here's my first subpart and here is my whole. Okay, easy peasy, I can do that. So I'm going to write my whole first, because when we subtract, we start with the whole, and I'm subtracting my first subpart, which is 5. Okay, so I'm going to start at 15 and I'm going to subtract 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've subtracted 5, okay? And it's led me to the number 10. This is going to enable us to cross through 10, okay? So I've got to 10 and I can stop there. I've subtracted the first subpart from the whole. I've done it. Done that step. And let's look at step 3, subtract the other subpart. So I've done this one, okay, but I've not done this one. I've forgotten about this subpart. Okay, so I wonder if you could pause the video and have a go at subtracting that part for me. Okay, so let's have a go then. I'm going to subtract the other subpart. And remember, my whole is now 10, okay? It's changed. It's not 15 anymore because it was 15, but we have to take away 5 and it's left us with 10. And that's really important to remember that, okay? Oh, that's gone a little bit funny. There we go. I'm going to start with 10 and I'm going to subtract 4. And see where it leaves me. So I can carry on from here. I'm at 10 and I need to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've taken away 4 and it's left me on the number 6. Okay, 10, take away 4 is 6. And I know that's correct because if I was to do the inverse and add 4 and 6, I know I would get 10. So I've done the final step, okay? So 15 take away 9 must be 6. But let's have a look. Let's test our answer and use the 10 frames to help us. So I've got 15 here altogether, and I need to get rid of 9 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's left me with 6 left. Okay, so I've used that method to check my answer. So let's have a look at what your job is. Okay. So you have got 3 questions to have a go at yourself, okay, and you will see parts of them have been done for you. So you can see that this one, okay, it's already been broken down and this person has helped you by putting these here, okay. On question B, you've got a little bit of help here with the first part being broken down, and in question C, you've got a little bit of help here. Okay, remember, use the number lines to help you. Go back at the end and use the 10 frames to check your answer. Okay, and it might be a good idea if we finish this video on this screen so that you could pause the video here and you've got your steps to success. Okay, so make sure you upload everything to Evidence Me so we can see all the fantastic things you've been doing, and yeah, let us know how you get on. See you soon.